The radar screen is alive with signals dots moving, tracking aircraft miles away until suddenly, one of them vanishes. No warning, no alert, just silence. Imagine an aircraft so advanced that it can fly deep into the most heavily defended airspace on Earth and remain completely unseen, unheard, and unstoppable. Each time it takes to the sky, it carries a price tag of over $2 billion, making it one of the most expensive machines ever built by humanity. This is not science fiction, and it is not a prototype hidden in a laboratory. This is America's Ghost Bomber, the B-2 Spiritan aircraft designed not just to fight wars, but to change how wars are fought. Its shadow alone is enough to make enemy defenses rethink everything they thought they knew about air power. The story of the B-2 Spirit begins in a world gripped by fear and uncertainty, where a single mistake could trigger a global nuclear catastrophe. During the height of the Cold War, the United States faced a chilling reality. Enemy radar systems were becoming so powerful that traditional bombers would be detected and destroyed long before reaching their targets. Speed was no longer enough. Altitude was no longer a protection. What America needed was something radically different, aircraft that could slip through defenses like a ghost, strike with precision, and disappear without a trace. Developed in near-total secrecy, the B-2 Spirit emerged as a revolutionary flying wing design, built with materials and technology never before used on this scale. For years, its true capabilities remained classified, fueling rumors, speculation, and fear across the world. In this documentary, we will pull back the curtain on one of the most mysterious weapons ever created, revealing how the B-2 works, why it costs more than most warships, and why even decades after its first flight it remains one of the most powerful and feared symbols of American military dominance. The B-2 Spirit was born out of fear, urgency, and a rapidly changing world order. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, the Cold War was at its most dangerous stage. The United States and the Soviet Union were locked in a silent chess match, each side racing to develop weapons capable of striking first or responding faster than the other. Soviet radar systems and surface-to-air missiles were improving at an alarming rate, making traditional bombers increasingly vulnerable. Aircraft that once relied on speed or altitude to survive were now easy targets. U.S. military planners realized that if war ever broke out, their bombers might never reach their objectives. The solution was radical. Instead of outrunning radar, why not become invisible to it? This idea led to one of the most secretive programs in American history. Northrop Grumman was tasked with designing an aircraft unlike anything the world had ever seen. Engineers abandoned conventional shapes and embraced a futuristic flying wing design, optimized not for aerodynamics alone, but for stealth. Early test flights took place under extreme secrecy in Nevada, with entire areas of airspace restricted. Even many government officials didn't know the full details. The B-2 was not just another bomber, it was a response to existential threat, a weapon designed to ensure that the United States could always penetrate enemy defenses, no matter how advanced they became. What makes the B-2 Spirit truly terrifying is not its weapons, but its invisibility. Radar works by sending out radio waves and detecting the signals that bounce back from an object. Most aircraft reflect those waves directly back to the radar source, making detection easy. The B-2 was designed to defeat this principle entirely. Its smooth, curved, flying wing shape deflects radar waves away from their source, scattering them into the atmosphere instead of returning them. There are no vertical tails, sharp angles, or exposed engine intakes that would create strong radar reflections. Beyond shape, the aircraft is coated in specialized radar-absorbing materials that further weaken any signal that does return. Heat detection systems are also challenged by the B-2's design. Its engines are buried deep within the wing, reducing infrared signatures that heat-seeking systems rely on. Even the sound profile of the aircraft is minimized, allowing it to pass through hostile airspace with astonishing discretion. Together, these elements make the B-2 appear no larger on radar than a small bird or, sometimes completely invisible. This level of stealth allows it to fly directly into areas protected by the most advanced air defense systems in the world, delivering its payload before the enemy even realizes it was there. In modern warfare, where detection often means destruction, invisibility is power. The B-2 Spirit's staggering cost has made it one of the most controversial aircraft ever built. With each unit costing over $2 billion, critics have long questioned whether any machine could be worth such a price. The answer lies in how the aircraft is built and maintained. Unlike mass-produced fighters, the B-2 is essentially handcrafted. Every panel, coating, and component is manufactured with extreme precision to preserve its stealth characteristics. Even minor imperfections can compromise invisibility. The materials used are rare, expensive, and difficult to work with, requiring specialized facilities and trained personnel. Production was also limited. Only 21 B-2 bombers were ever built, largely due to the end of the Cold War and budget constraints. Low production numbers meant costs were never spread out. Maintenance adds another layer of expense. The B-2 requires climate-controlled hangars to protect its sensitive coatings, and extensive inspections after each mission. Yet supporters argue the cost is justified. A single B-2 can accomplish missions that would otherwise require dozens of aircraft, support planes, and escorts. Its ability to strike anywhere on Earth from U.S. soil gives it unmatched strategic value. The B-2 is expensive not because it is inefficient, but because it does what no other aircraft can. Despite its immense power and complexity, the B-2 Spirit is flown by just 2 pilots. Inside the cockpit, technology replaces sheer numbers. Advanced avionics, digital displays, and automated systems handle navigation, targeting, and flight stability. Missions can last over 30 hours, pushing human endurance to the limit. Pilots are trained to manage fatigue, take turns resting, and operate in near isolation for extended periods. In-flight refueling allows the B-2 to reach targets across the globe without landing. From Missouri to the Middle East, the bomber can fly non-stop, strike, and return home. The cockpit environment is designed for efficiency and focus, with minimal distractions. Every system is optimized to reduce pilot workload while maintaining absolute precision. Communication with command centers occurs via secure satellite links, ensuring constant coordination. Despite all the automation, the human element remains critical. Pilots must make real-time decisions in hostile environments, often with incomplete information. The B-2 may be a ghost in the sky, but it is still guided by human judgment, discipline, and skill. The B-2 Spirit is not just a stealth platform, it is a flying arsenal. It can carry both conventional and nuclear weapons, making it one of the most flexible strike aircraft ever created. Its internal bomb bays preserve stealth, while allowing it to deliver massive payloads with precision. The B-2 can deploy guided bombs capable of striking hardened bunkers, military bases, and strategic infrastructure with pinpoint accuracy. In its nuclear role, the bomber serves as a critical part of America's nuclear triad, providing a visible yet unpredictable deterrent. Unlike missiles, bombers can be recalled mid-mission, offering political leaders flexibility during crisis. This combination of power and control makes the B-2 uniquely valuable. Its mere presence can alter enemy calculations, forcing adversaries to consider the possibility of undetected strikes. The aircraft's role is not just destruction, but deterrence, preventing war by making the cost of aggression unacceptably high. The B-2 Spirit has proven its value in real combat. During the Kosovo War, B-2 bombers flew directly from the United States to strike heavily defended targets in Europe, bypassing enemy air defenses with ease. Similar missions followed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya. In many cases, the B-2 was among the first aircraft to enter hostile airspace, neutralizing key defenses and opening the way for other forces. Enemies often had no warning, no radar alerts, no visual confirmation until the bombs hit. These missions demonstrated not just technical superiority, but psychological dominance. The knowledge that an invisible bomber could strike at any moment created uncertainty and fear among adversaries. The B-2 changed the opening moments of war, shifting the balance before conventional forces even arrived. Despite its power, the B-2 Spirit is not invincible. Its maintenance demands are extreme, and its small fleet limits availability. Advances in radar technology continue to challenge stealth aircraft, forcing constant upgrades and adaptations. Yet even with these limitations, the B-2 remains a cornerstone of U.S. strategic power. As the newer B-21 Raider prepares to take its place, the legacy of the B-2 is undeniable. It proved that stealth could redefine warfare, that invisibility could be as decisive as firepower. The B-2 Spirit is more than a bomber, it is a symbol of technological ambition, strategic foresight, and the lengths nations will go to protect their security. As the B-2 Spirit fades into the night sky, leaving no sound, no signal, and no trace, it becomes clear that this aircraft was never meant to be seen, it was meant to be felt. More than metal, more than engines and wings, the B-2 represents an idea that power does not always announce itself, and dominance does not always need to be visible. With a price tag that seems almost unreal, the Ghost Bomber stands as one of humanity's most ambitious engineering achievements, built in an era when survival depended on staying one step ahead of the enemy. Decades after its first flight, the B-2 still shapes global strategy, not by constant action, but by constant presence, the knowledge that somewhere above, unseen, a silent deterrent may already be on its way. As new threats emerge and technology evolves, the B-2 Spirit is slowly passing the torch to the next generation of stealth bombers. Yet its legacy is permanent. It changed how wars begin, how defenses are designed, and how power is projected across the globe. The B-2 reminds us that the most powerful weapons are not always those that fire first, but those that make others hesitate. In the end, America's Ghost Bomber is not just a machine of war, it is a shadow that reshaped modern warfare, a symbol of deterrence, and a reminder that in the skies above us, silence can be the loudest message of all.